Alright, so with our knife cuts, the first thing we want to look at is our knives themselves. These are the knives that we have in the kitchen. They are Mercer Renaissance. These are hand forged. Okay, so that means that they're heated, beat with hammers to get the shape, and then they put the edge on them. There's a few things that you're going to look for if you're ever going to purchase a few knives. First of all, nice weight to it, right? So you don't want anything that's real light. You want something that has a lot of weight to it. Not so heavy that it's going to make your hand tired, but you want to make sure it has enough weight that it helps you to cut. You want to see that it has metal that runs all the way through the handle. Okay, so from the blade all the way through the handle. This is called the tang. This means this is one solid piece. If you don't see this, that means that the handle is going to be glued on. That means that the handle is probably going to come off at some point. Okay. You also want to make sure that you see these little dots here. These little dots are rivets. Okay, so that means that they're pressed in there, heated and pressed in there, and they hold this handle on here. That's going to help you out too, to make sure the handle don't come off. It has screws in it. Screws are going to eventually fall out, so you don't want that to happen. Okay, so you want to make sure that it has that. So a few parts you've got. This is the spine of your knife. Like we said, this is the tang right here. The bolster is this raised piece here with the heel of the knife. Obviously the tip and the blade all right here. Okay, so there you go. Those are kind of the makeup of our knives. Okay, let's talk about our knife cuts a little bit. When we do our knife cuts, there's a few reasons that we're very concerned about what our knife cuts are, how they look, and things like that. One of the biggest reasons is consistency in cooking. Even size shapes are going to cook at the same rate. Real large pieces are going to cook. It's going to take a lot longer to cook than real small pieces. So you want to have consistent cuts in your dishes so that everything cooks at a consistent rate, or at least all like items cook at a consistent rate. They also look good on your plate. So if they're going to be part of your plate presentation, you want to make sure that you have you have consistent cuts, because it's more appealing to the eye. Okay, we're going to use a potato just because they're easy to cut. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm not worried about peeling this. This is just for practice purposes. Okay, we're just gonna kind of square this up as much as we can. Okay, when I hold my knife, I take these 3 fingers and I wrap them around the blade, or the handle. This finger curls right here on the blade, and your thumb is right there. Okay, now that blade is completely locked in. It can't move. It can't go anywhere. So if it slips, your whole arm has to slip. Your whole wrist has to slip. Okay, if you hold it like this, you can still turn that knife. Okay, you don't want to point, because you don't have, again, any control over the knife itself. Okay, so this is a chef's hold, chef's grip. It takes a little bit to get used to. My other hand, my extra hand, is back here, and the blade's resting up against my knuckles. Okay, I'm over the top. I'm looking to make sure that I'm square. The tip of the knife is just past the end of my product, and I slice through. Okay, I slice through. I don't go straight down. If you cut straight down, you're not going to cut even. Okay, and again, like I said, we're just going to square this off like this. So there we go. It does not have to be perfect. Again, checking to make sure we're straight up and down, even across, slice down. 2 of the 4 cuts that we're going to make are about 2 inches long. Okay, so we'll roughly get a couple of inches there. I'm going to cut a little bit more here, like that. Alright, so we're going to do 4 cuts. The first 2 cuts, a julienne and a batonette. The julienne is going to be our smallest, 1/16 of an inch. So we're going to come over 1/16 of an inch. And we're going to cut these planks. Okay, like so. And after we cut our planks, 1/16 of an inch again. And we have these little matchsticks, right? So that is the julienne cut. The other matchstick type cut is the batonette, and it's twice as thick, so it's going to be 1/8 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch. We cut our planks. And then we cut our sticks. Like so. And you end up right there with your batonettes. If we take the batonettes and we once again go 1/8 of an inch and we dice them, that is your small dice. So batonette cut into a dice is your small dice. Same thing with the julienne, 1/16 of an inch, like so. This is going to be your fine dice. So start with the julienne, dice it up, it's your fine dice. So those are our 4 cuts.